Namaskar. Welcome back to my channel Mind Your Mind. This is Vinita. In my previous video, I talked about the Rasa from Navrasa theory. In my today's video, I'm going to explain the concept of second rasa known as Hāsyarasa, which comes after Rasa. The literal meaning of Hasya is the emotion of happiness or joy. We all have this emotion of happiness and joy within us. But due to multiple stressors which are thrown at us by our surrounding, we somehow forget that this emotion even resides in us. So why not take this week and acknowledge this emotion of happiness which is residing in all of us. Acknowledge the small joys of life. Appreciate them and maybe laugh at them. Today we are going to learn more about Hāsyarasa with an example of Mahabharata. Actually, an example from Mahabharata. We all are aware of the rivalry between Pandavas and Kauravas, especially Duryodhana, who was very envious of his Pandava brothers, and there were multiple reasons for that. He was envious of the fact that his Pandava brothers were blessed with so much of wealth. He was envious of the fact that they were pretty good with their people, whereas Kauravas were finding it extremely difficult to gel with their people or their praja. He was envious of the fact that Pandavas were always given a upper hand in each and everything. When Yudhishthira was performing the Rajasuya Yajna to proclaim himself as the Lord of all kings, he invited multiple kings. He invited almost all kings in the country. He also invited his Kaurava brothers. Duryodhana was not at all interested in going to that yajna, but he had heard a lot about the Maya Nagari which was built by Pandavas, which was the capital of Pandavas. He had heard a lot about it, and he was actually excited to go and see that city. So he decided to go. When Duryodhana went to the city, he was astonished by the beauty that was surrounded by him. He was actually baffled when he entered into the palace which was created by the lord of Asuras known as Maya. The palace was full of Mayas, that is, illusions. Duryodhana walked into the palace and there was a very shiny floor in front of him. He mistook that floor as water body and he removed all his clothes so that they don't get wet. And as he was going to jump into that water, he realized that it was not water, it was actually the tiles. And seeing that, each and every person in the palace started laughing. He was quite embarrassed at that point. He gently put on his clothes and he started walking again. After a while, he saw a shiny marble again. And from his previous experience, he decided not to take off his clothes and he walked into the shiny floor and he fell directly into the water. Everyone in the palace started laughing at him again since he mistook the water as a shiny floor. He came out of the water all drenched. He was so embarrassed that it was shown on his face. Not just embarrassed, but angry as well. And each and every person in the palace was laughing at him. But what he noticed most was his enemy, Bhima, and his wife, Draupadi, were laughing the hardest. He just looked at them and he started walking. While he was walking, he bumped into a wall. He mistook that wall as a door and bumped hard into it and fell on the ground. Seeing that, Bhima couldn't control his laughter. So Draupadi, they both started laughing so hard that Duryodhana was insulted so bad. Seeing that, Draupadi also commented that Andhe ka putra andha means the son of a blind is blind. And when Duryodhana heard those words, his ego was so wounded that he decided in that moment that he is going to snatch everything that Pandavas ever owned, including their wife. He decided to take revenge from Pandavas and Draupadi, especially Draupadi. Draupadi's Hasya made him took such a drastic decision. And we all know what happened later. The Mahabharata Yuddha took place because of Draupadi's Hasya. So Hasya is the emotion, or Hasya is the rasa, which can be perceived in different manner. There are different types of Hasya as well. We all need to acknowledge the emotion of happiness and joy which is within us, and acknowledge that life has many beautiful moments. There are multiple chances that life gives us to laugh out at. But instead of that, we choose to focus on the struggles and the strains and stressors that life throws at us and ignore the joyous moments in our lives. So why not take this week to acknowledge those happy moments in our lives, to acknowledge the joyous moments in our lives, and maybe laugh at them. I'll see you all in the next week with a new video. Till then, keep dancing, keep feeling, keep moving, and keep laughing.